Guys, what I want to show you today is how to fix a no start on a rainy, humid, very wet day such as today. This is for the, specifically on this one, 4.3 Vortec 6-cylinder. But this works the same on every GMC Chevy from like 1996 to like 2001. It's very simple. On days like today, there's a lot of moisture. What I did was trace this wire back to the ignition control module, which I've already removed. I didn't show that, but it goes in there. It has this bolt right here, that one that I've removed, and it's got another one right there. And before I removed it, what I did to diagnose was I followed this wire, traced it all the way back. I looked on top of here, and sure enough, there was a moisture and it was wet. I dried it with a blowgun, a heat gun. I dried everything up, and sure enough, I turned the key and it fired right up. So, you know, if you're having a hard start on a wet day, it's most likely a humid, corrosion, some sort of electrical problem. And check that out first. Now, what I'm gonna do to prevent this from happening again is, first of all, I'm replacing the ignition switch control module, the ignition coil. I'm gonna put some dielectric grease, and I'm also going to grind it down and add another ground so that it doesn't ground out. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is what we've got removed. This was installed like so, standing vertically, plug side towards the passenger, and the electrical wire went on the left side. So once you remove this, it's got, I already grinded this down, so don't mind all these grinding marks. This is so that I can install a ground and this thing can ground out properly. But it's got rivets. I grinded them down with a grinder, and then from one end I just popped them through until they broke off. And this is the old part. Those are the aluminum rivets that were installed from the factory. This has never been changed. So what I'm going to do is install the new part here and then add an additional ground. Alright guys, so let me show you what I did here. This is all assembled. New piece in. Had to create my own contraption here, but it's bolted down on the bottom with some bolts. On the top, this new part from AutoZone came with these brackets, and I'm only assuming this is what it was intended for, but it's perfect. You strap it up from the bottom to the top. On the top, I strapped a wire that I'm going to connect to the ground. And in the event that it does ground out over here in the top somewhere where the moisture accumulates, this ground right here is just going to bridge the gap, and it should be fine. So this should work. Let me show you what I did. I installed everything already. Alright, put everything back. So there you have the new coil. Bolted it up, right? The bracket now that I installed is running a ground wire. If this ever shorts here, which is, I've seen a lot of times where it's shorted out due to moisture or the coil burning out, or it's going, hopefully it grounds out here. And then I'll show you where I connected it up front. I simply ran a wire through here and connected it to this ground. And in a second we'll do our final checkout. Everything's buttoned up. Here's the final check. It starts right up. It starts right up. So If you have that same issue, just give what I did a shot.